Oh, jeez. Come on. Note to self. Get the camera adjusted before you start the stream. Alright, welcome everybody. Here today. Got some Cup Series action at Phoenix Raceway. Playoff racing, the first race of the round of 8 for the NASCAR Cup Series in this playoff section. We're going to take a rundown of the points here before we get really in depth with this one. We got session qualifying coming up here in a couple minutes. Your 8 drivers in the round of 8 of the playoffs are Jimmy Johnson with the number 1 seed, Denny Hamlin at seed number 2. Seed number 3 will be Joey Logano. Alex Bowman will be the 4th seed, the last driver above the cutoff line to start this round of the playoffs. He is 3 points above Kyle Busch, who will start as the 5 seed. Brad Keselowski is the 6th seed, who is 5 points below the cutoff line. Newman will be 6 points below the cutoff line in the 7th seed. And Clint Boyer rounds out the round of 8. He is 10 points below the cutoff line as we get things started here today. So it should be a lot of fun here in this Phoenix. We are going to get set to go here for qualifying. Again, session qualifying. Final time we're going to be doing session qualifying on this Cup Series season. Garrett Master 2000 called 88. Whoa, man, Johnson getting loose coming out of his pit box for this first round of qualifying. Kyle Busch right in front of him. Jackson Thomas King, welcome to the stream, everybody. Braden Thompson, welcome. 312 laps. Yeah, there's no more shortened races this season. For any of the, or no, there's still one more in the Xfinity Series, but not until the next Daytona race. 1 lap for Jimmy Johnson to try and set the quick time. He's got a little bit of a looser setup, at least for qualifying here. Took it down through the dog leg on his opening qualifying lap. He might run a second depending on how this first lap will go exactly. Hard to tell if he's really gaining on Kyle Busch at all. It seems like Kyle's kind of pulling him just a little bit. Johnson's going to run one more lap here in this first session. Oh, and Kenseth is right there. Kenseth took his line away, and they made contact as Kenseth was trying to come up the racetrack. That's the risk of trying to run that dog leg as these cars are coming out of pit road to make that first qualifying lap. Man, oh man. 26.355 is still good enough to get to the top 24. 19th for Jimmy Johnson in round 1, so he'll still qualify to round 2 despite that little bit of contact between Kenseth and him. And Kenseth also advances to round 2 regardless of that contact. He was 5th in round 1. Denny Hamlin, top of the charts, playoff driver in round 1, but now round 2 will be coming. Gonna have to step up the game. Jimmy going to be the first car on the track this time. He's going to run 1 lap to try and set as quick of a time. He needs to get to the top 12 at the start of the next round. Or I should say to make the next round. So here comes Johnson to the start-finish line. Nobody coming out of the pits right around him there. Gonna try to arc off turn 1 a little bit better than what he did in that first round of qualifying. Rolls up the track a little bit, but he was still able to get to the gas at a decent pace. Drives it in really deep into turn 3, back to the gas, kind of feathered it a little bit. To the start-finish line. A 26.233, faster than either of the 2 laps he had in round 1. Picks up the pace to 15th, but not good enough to get to the top 12. So Jimmy Johnson will qualify 15th for today's race. Round 2, Denny Hamlin, once again, top of the charts. So Denny Hamlin looking fast here in qualifying early on. Yeah, this race is 312 laps. So 312 laps, 312 miles. Here at Phoenix today. Looks like Johnson will be starting 14th. We got one driver going to the rear. He's going to tighten it up just a bit from where he was in qualifying. And we're about to get this thing underway. Denny Hamlin on the pole, swept all 3 rounds of the session qualifying. Joey Gase and Kevin Harvick will be the 2 drivers to start at the rear of the field today. Harvick was eliminated in that opening round of the playoffs, despite getting a win in the last round at Daytona. Harvick won the last race that we had back last Sunday in the Coke 0400. Here we go. Green flag in the air. The round of 8 is underway. Who will get the win and advance themselves to the championship 4? That is if we have a playoff driver win this race, of course. 3 wide to the top goes Johnson. Byron kind of fading back early. Ty Dillon goes to the bottom of the racetrack. He's side by side with Jimmy. And Denny Hamlin will lead lap 1 here at Phoenix. Tyler Reddick, Paul Menard, Matt DiBenedetto right there. Johnson pulling off a block on teammate William Byron. Hamlin's still out in front. We'll have to see if his car's trimmed out too much or if he's got the speed for the race as well. Kyle Busch side by side for second with Matt Kenseth. 3 wide off of turn 4 that time. Johnson, Logano in the middle. Tyler Reddick on the outside. Awkward angle for Johnson into turn 3. Washes up the track. 21 of DiBenedetto crosses him back over. And here comes William Byron trying to get the power down that backstretch. Not quite going to be able to. Big jump all the way down to the apron now, just a few laps in, trying to pull away from Byron as much as he can here. Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Johnson still battling Ty Dillon for position, made a great move, drove it in deep into 3 and 4, got it to stick. Dillon got a little loose trying to get back to the gas off the exit of the corner, and Johnson slid up right in front of him for 12th. Still has sight of the leaders up there. That top 11 is pretty much nose to tail still. Kenseth now going for the lead on Hamlin. Hamlin could be holding everybody up. Denny's led every lap of the early going of this race so far. Of course, Cup Series action in real life today at Dover. Xfinity race going on currently, but of course the first Cup race is coming up later on today. So this race should be over in time for the start of that one. For those of you that might be watching the Xfinity race right now, if you guys could keep me updated as much as I keep myself updated throughout the course of the race, that'd be awesome. I got money on Justin Allgaier winning it today. Matt Kenseth keeps trying to get after Denny Hamlin. He just can't quite get alongside of him. I'm sure if he can find his way around him. Another 750 horsepower racetrack. We did race at Phoenix earlier this season. Martin Truex Jr. got the win that day. Truex was also eliminated in the round of 16 here. So Truex trying to get the sweep here at Phoenix this season. And of course, just 4 races left in the career of Jimmy Johnson. Lap 10. One of the shorter races of the season, that is for sure. Wow, Johnson drove it in deep to get to the inside of Newman. Can he get the side draft on him? Yes, he does. Off of turn 4. That was a big side draft by Johnson. You're going to see these playoff drivers get very aggressive. Of course, 2 of them side by side for 10th right now. Oh, Johnson drove it off deep in there. He's trying to race him clean, but he is racing him very aggressively at the same time. Newman got a big pull at the side draft. There goes Johnson again. They are so close to making contact. Newman got a little loose getting into the corner, but he's going to be able to cross over Johnson. He beats him back to the gas. And they have swapped the lanes. Johnson now on the top side, Newman on the bottom. Good battle for 10th going on right now. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin, I believe, did lose the lead. Amari, welcome to the stream. 312 lap race today, Amari. It looks like Christopher Bell is leading the race, if I'm not mistaken, up in the front of the field. The rookie trying to get his first career win today, perhaps. And it is Christopher Bell who leads. And boy, Newman almost got into Johnson getting into turn 1. Ryan tried to drive it in deep. Johnson pulls him off the exit of the corner. Johnson did finish second this season in the first Phoenix race, although, again, Truex got the win that day. We'll have to see how this is going to work. I might look like Justin Turner a little bit. It's not impossible. I'd say more like Jason Worth if he had to compare me to any other baseball player as far as look. So I don't think, top of my head, does Turner have a red beard? I thought it was blonde. I could be wrong on that. I might be wrong on that. I think he's got a red beard. My hair is not as long as Jason Worth's though. It's not quite that long. Johnson got it in the back of Clint Boyer in that last corner there at the 3 and 4. Going for the pass on Cole Custer. Couldn't clear him. Look at that run Custer got. Jimmy had to get out of the gas early. Denny Hamlin is fading back after leading the first handful of laps from the pole. 3 wide through 3 and 4. Look at Johnson all the way on the apron. Oh, whoa. Little contact between Custer and Johnson that time. Johnson tried to keep it off of him, but he never lifted either. That was bound to happen as they were 3 wide all the way through that corner. Alistair Moore, welcome to the stream. Johnson clears Hamlin now for 8th. Happy birthday, by the way, Alistair. Wow, Johnson got really loose into turn 1 all of a sudden. Trying to get that car to turn underneath Boyer. Still side by side for 7th. Johnson getting the power down, and now he clears Boyer into turn 3. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream also. Actually, no, you were in the stream already. My bad. Acknowledge you a second time, though. Never anything bad with that. Johnson's car definitely getting looser and looser as the run carries on here. Oh, he had a big run on Kyle Busch. Busch started 3rd in this race. He's kind of fading back slowly also. Kenseth, who started 2nd, also kind of fading back. The rookie Christopher Bell, though, no longer leading. Johnson will take over 6th place from Kyle Busch. Yep, called. She has the same birthday as Alistair. Or is Alistair sharing the same birthday as Called? Who's older? between the two, I guess. But yep, happy birthday called. Got a lot of August birthdays within the channel. Our sister's birthday's in August too. Hers was at the beginning of the month, on the 2nd. Jimmy Johnson up to the top 5. He got around Ken's at the last lap, chasing Christopher Bell. Looks like Martin Truex Jr. in 3rd place. The winner in the first Phoenix race. Of course, we raced here on the 4th race of the year. Or sorry, the 6th race of the year. Big run. Johnson got around Bell. Going to use the 62 of Gone as a pick to get around Truex off the exit of 2. Jimmy Johnson up to P3. Matt DiBenedetto leads this race. Remember, he started back behind Johnson even. Tyler Reddick as well. A lot of young guns in the top 5 looking for their first career wins in the NASCAR Cup Series today. Cup race is on at... Coverage starts at 4, but the drop of the green flag's at 4:20. So we will get this race done in plenty of time. We'll probably get it done anywhere between 15 minutes to a half hour before the race starts, if I had to guess. Depends how many cautions we get, of course. Look at that run. Johnson all the way to the outside. Side by side now with Tyler Reddick for 2nd place. Big run. By going to the outside, that left the lap car of Michael McDowell to the bottom in front of Tyler Reddick, which helped Jimmy Johnson get around him. Johnson less than a second off the lead now from DiBenedetto. 25 laps complete at the line that time as Jimmy's going to try to take the lead for the first time today. Broken Jr., welcome to the stream. We did not wreck. Just 25 laps in. No cautions up to this point. Still very early in the race. Big run into turn 3. Johnson gets into the corner pretty good down there on that end of the track, but he just doesn't quite have the power to keep up with DiBenedetto there. Matt kind of kept alongside, but Jimmy gives him another shot into turn 1, side by side again, and he now gets to the inside of John Hunter Nemechek, using him as a pick. DiBenedetto has to go high. Johnson gets around Buescher to put him a lap down also. So Jimmy Johnson will lead his first lap of the race, this time by at the line. It's been a while since Jimmy has gotten to victory lane. He hasn't won since that 2nd playoff race. This is the 7th playoff race of the season now, as Johnson just led his first lap, lap 28. After starting 14th. Definitely has the fastest long run car today. We're racing at Phoenix today. Of course, the Cup Series racing at Dover this weekend, both today and tomorrow. They got a doubleheader. Yep, Xfinity, of course, doing the double. Great move by Johnson that time. Kind of rolled through the middle, the upper lane, dove it off to the bottom, right in the center. Great drive off on the exit. Alex Bowman off to a rough start on one of his better racetracks statistically. Bowman currently in 28th. He is one of the playoff drivers. Came into this race as the 4 seed. 2 wins on the season, giving him 10 playoff points to start here. Jimmy Johnson, the regular season champ and the number 1 seed, only has 1 win in these first 6 playoff races. Has also DNF'd 3 times in the playoffs alone, taking the entire season total up to 5. We had just 2 DNFs the entire regular season, the first 26 races, and we've had 3 in the last 6 to start the playoffs. So Jimmy, good thing he's got all those playoff points. Of course, he got that win to get him in that opening round, winning that 2nd race at Chicagoland, and then had to get in on points in the last round, and now Hoping for a win right out of the gate at Phoenix. Doesn't have to worry about Martinsville and Talladega. Of course, Martinsville, one of the 2 races he did DNF in the regular season earlier this year, so definitely something interesting to keep an eye on throughout the course of this, that is for sure. Shane Pickney, welcome to the stream. I'm not watching Dover right now. I can't with streaming this, but I'll try to keep an eye on it during these, if we have any cautions, obviously, but if we have cautions throughout the course of the race, I'll try to keep an eye on it. My pick to win the Xfinity race was Justin Allgaier. And of course, my predictions video did come out a little bit ago, also a half hour before the stream for today's Cup race. Give you guys my fantasy lineup advice. Really tough this week, I thought. Allgaier's leading. Nice, nice. I don't think they're very far into the race, so I think it started at like 1, didn't it? Ooh. Johnson really had to check up there. Bobby Carter running dead last and 40th right now, and Johnson caught him right in the center of the corner. Still cleared him on the exit. Pit stop's got it. Yeah, we're on a little bit of a streak as far as the Cup Series races go on the channel. I predicted the last 3 winners correctly. Predicted Chase Elliott to win last week, and I predicted Harvick to win both of the Michigan races. So let's see if we can go 4 for 4 this week. Well, 5 for 5, I guess. Technically, we got a race today and tomorrow. That'd be insane. It's hard to predict the winner in a Cup race, well, a race in general. You got so many cars. And, I mean, honestly, you can make a debate for about 10 drivers to win every single week. It's just a matter of trying to pick the right guy, and sometimes more depending on what track you're at. Like Daytona next week, for instance, but yeah, we're on a good roll there. I think the season total, we've predicted 7 or 8 of them correctly now. If you count the dual races, and that would have been it. I didn't predict the All-Star race correctly. So tire wear becoming a factor here early on, already past halfway through the tire run, although we can go about 41 laps on fuel yet. The 35% remaining on that right front is a little bit concerning for Johnson right now, although he's fast and has a big lead. We're likely going to have to pit before the end of the fuel run. 40 laps complete already, this time by at the start-finish line for Jimmy Johnson. So the rest of the playoffs, again, this round of 8, we have Phoenix here today. We'll have Martinsville tomorrow. And we got Talladega coming up. Not sure exactly when that is going to be happening, but Talladega, the final race of the round of 8. And then the championship race at Darlington for the Southern 500 for this custom schedule season. Oh man, Johnson into the back of Buescher on corner exit off of turn 2. Oh wow, look at the 17 car really locked the brakes into turn 1. Looked like he was carrying more speed than he wanted to there after that bump from Johnson off of turn 2 a half a lap prior. 10-second lead for Johnson over to Benedetto. Tyler Reddick in second, Christopher Bell in fourth, couple rookies in the top 5. Bell, of course, was eliminated in the last round of the playoffs. Reddick did not make it at all, and Martin Truex Jr. is in 5th, who won at Phoenix in our first race on this custom schedule season that we had at Phoenix. huge lead, but again, we'll likely have to pit before everybody else, and that could be a bad issue, of course, for Jimmy Johnson if a caution comes out in between him pitting and the rest of the field here. So he needs us to play green as long as possible, at least until everybody cycles through stops, or have a caution come out before he even has to hit pit road, which could possibly happen as well. Again, we haven't had a caution yet, and we're closing in on lap 50 here pretty soon. B, welcome to the stream. Truex has just passed Christopher Bell now for 4th. And although Truex is not in the playoffs, you still got to fight for a win whenever you can. You can still finish as high as 5th in the point standings at the season's end. And again, only has 1 win on the year, and it did come at this racetrack. So, still trying to add to that season total. Bowman going 2 laps down already, and that is the first playoff driver in trouble of having a bad day in the early going of this race. Clinton Boyer, you see him outside the top 10 in 12th. He was 10 points below the cut line to start this round. Denny Hamlin, who was actually the number 2 seed, started on the pole, led the first handful of laps. He is also outside the top 10, currently in 11th. No stages on this season. We will have stages for season 2 in both, I should say all 3 series, the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. And again, I am doing 2 seasons total for all 3 series on the channel for Heat 5. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this first season here. We still got a lot of Xfinity races to go. Again, we had a problem with it crashing for the longest time, so we still got to play catch up with the Xfinity series. You're going to be seeing a lot of Xfinity races, more than Truck and Cup, over the next like 2 or 3 weeks here, so we can try to catch up. I really want to have all the championship races at the same time, if at all possible. Robbie, welcome to the stream. Only 9 cars on the lead lap early on. Johnson, not sure exactly how much longer he can go before he has to pit. We'll have to wait and see. All guys leading, nice. On throttle time, not as crucial on the 750 horsepower tracks compared to the 550. It doesn't quite take as long to wound up. Much shorter racetrack as well. It's a lot easier to set guys up to pass them in the next corner on tracks like this versus the 550. You just got to stay on the gas as much as you can with those 550 horsepower tracks. You're let out of the gas, you're losing so much momentum, especially on the restarts. Seven drivers on the lead lap, and you got 2 lead lap cars right in front of Johnson, Almirola and Kenseth. Actually, I believe Almirola might be a lap down already. Kenseth trying to get under him, not quite going to be able to do it. Yeah, Eric Almirola running 23rd, so he's off to a rough start today too. Non-playoff driver at this point in the season. Tyler Reddick has moved up to 2nd place, passing Matt DiBenedetto. They're 19 seconds off the lead. Johnson by far farthest lead of the race so far. He's got the fastest long run car. It took him 28 laps to get to the lead, despite qualifying 14th mid-pack. Johnson looking like the guy to beat early on here today at Phoenix, but we know, especially those of you that are familiar with the channel and these full race live streams, of course we had that Dover race yesterday. We had a timely caution. We were 2 laps ahead of the field and ended up being a fuel mileage race at the end. It always comes down to the wire, it seems like, more often than not, no matter what kind of a lead we have. So it's good that we're off to a good start for sure, but anything could happen here, and of course you're always at risk of DNFing at any given second. So these full-length races, you got to keep the pressure on. You can't be giving up anything throughout the course of these races. That is for sure. But yep. The right front tire down to 13% tire wear, so Jimmy Johnson will be pitting in about 4 or 5 laps likely. And the rest of the field will likely be able to run to the end of that fuel tank. So you're not going to see them hit pit road for about 20 laps after Johnson, and that's if we stay green long enough to get to that point. So although Jimmy is getting quite a ways out ahead, and cautions out instead before Johnson has to hit pit road. Cole Custer, the rookie, and 6 will get the free pass. So 3 rookies in the top 6. It will all be on the lead lap as the first caution of the race comes at lap 57. So Ashton G, welcome to the stream. Favorite driver is Austin Cindric. Noah Gregson, nice. So Johnson leads, and that leaves only 6 cars on the lead lap. That is going to trap a lot of guys a lap down. No limit on tires in the Cup Series here, so 4 fresh tires. Full tank of fuel, no damage repair to have a quicker stop. And no playoff drivers inside the top 5 outside of Johnson leading the race. Of course, of the guys that are in the round of 8, you got Kyle Busch back there, who is also a playoff driver in 9th. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. Tyler Reddick wins the race off of pit road. Johnson trying to get the power down on the restart. This is going to be close. Johnson with the side draft. Oh, contact with Reddick, and oh man, a double spin. Johnson gets drilled by Bubba Wallace. Completely spins around in the center of the corner. We stay green. And Tyler Reddick made a great save to hold on to the race lead, I believe. No, he lost the lead. Matt DiBenedetto now leads this race. A terrible chain of events in turn 1 on the restart. Tyler Reddick got hit from behind there from Jimmy Johnson. They both went sideways. Christopher Bell could not check up in time. He hits the back of Johnson, then he goes sideways. 3 cars simultaneously sideways in the corner. Bell and Reddick saved it to carry on. Johnson completely spun around. Got hit by Bubba Wallace on the right side of the car. Luckily not heavy. Wallace was on the brakes pretty hard. And the handling of this race car is now shifted on Johnson with that rear bumper damage after Bell ran into the back of him. Byron did not get into the corner well, but neither did Johnson. Johnson drove straight up the track. Byron's rear tires spun as he got loose. This track since the reconfiguration has had a lot of crazy restarts. And you definitely saw one there. Jimmy cannot afford to DNF, and that was a very close opportunity for that to happen. Although he has a big points cushion with all those wins and playoff points he got in the regular season, and even the 1 extra win he's gotten so far in the playoffs through the first 6 races. But although he might have a mulligan, he doesn't want to have to use it with Martinsville and Talladega being the final 2 races of the round of 8. Eric Jones moves Johnson up the racetrack now, and he couldn't quite clear him though. Johnson got right back on that right rear corner panel, pulled him back down that back straightaway. Johnson just able to hold clear of Ryan Blaney. And he gets back to the inside of Eric Jones. Oh, Johnson in the wall off of turn 2. Still trying to get a feel for the different handling of the race car, again, given the damage he got. And he's got to take care of it, because as long as it's 5 seconds or lower of damage, he does not have to repair it. Or I should say, he can repair it. at his choosing. But if it is above 5 seconds of damage, Jimmy Johnson cannot repair it the rest of the race, and that could put him in a hole as this race carries forward. What was looking like it was going to be him to beat today, that car is not the same. I mean, it's just so variant. It looks like it's really loose on entry and very tight on exit. With the damage to the race car. And he's already fallen so far off the lead. He is 9.5 seconds back in 5th place. A lot of lap cars in between him and Christopher Bell for 4th. Custer, of course, had to restart at the rear of the field after getting the free pass with that caution. And we don't even know if we're going to get a playoff driver to win this race today. There are a lot of non-playoff drivers and a lot of drivers who have not won a race in their Cup Series career that have been contending early on in this one. We could go into Martinsville with all 8 drivers still fighting for a championship 4 spot. And again, the championship race at Darlington for the Southern 500 on this Cup Series custom schedule season on NASCAR Heat 5. If anybody new is watching right now, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We got full race live streams on the daily, of course, NASCAR Heat 5 a lot as of lately. And we'll continue that coverage as well. We got NASCAR Thunder 2004 coming to the channel here in about a week or so. We'll be doing full race live streams as well there for the well, it wouldn't be championship mode, but season mode. We'll be doing some season races there. We'll do a couple seasons just like we are with Heat 5. So we'll add another game in the mix. Again, that'll be starting next week as soon as I can get that PlayStation. First, I got to get it in the mail because I do not have a PlayStation 2 at the time. Haven't had one in a long time. I have not played that game in at least 10 years. So let me tell you, we go into that first half of the season, I'm going to be rusty every track we hit for the first time. So it's going to be tough to win that season championship come season end. Who's my second favorite driver in Cup? I don't really have one necessarily. I guess kind of like the Penske organization as a whole. Matt DiBenedetto, Bubba Wallace are pretty cool guys. But yeah, I can't really say I have a second favorite driver. Johnson to the inside of Chase Elliott. Trying to get the drive off of turn 2, and he did clear him. It didn't look like he was going to have that much speed through the center of the corner, but he definitely did, and he pulls up, he clears Elliott with a clean pass. Favorite truck driver? Yeah, I mean, I don't... As far as like the Xfinity and Truck Series go, I can't really say I have like a favorite. I guess those Thor Motorsport guys, because they're their team's based out of Sandusky, Ohio, and I only live like 45 minutes from Sandusky, so I guess I could kind of say any of those drivers, maybe like Matt Crafton. It's like a team. I guess I wish that they do well, and they usually have a pretty strong organization there. As Crafton won the championship last year. They have multiple championships as a team, with multiple different drivers. So I probably lean towards that route. Johnson's still losing time to the 4 drivers ahead of him right now. He's picking up the pace slightly, but he's still 10 seconds off the lead. And Bell's now 7.5 to 8 seconds ahead of him in 4th, so Johnson is definitely struggling right now. Okay, no more questions. Big run down to the apron. Johnson was just quickly trying to get around Stenhouse there. That's the only problem with cutting the course down to the dog leg. You wonder why drivers don't do it so much more often. Actually, there's a couple reasons why they don't do it. For one, it really wears out the tires, not only to turn the car all the way down that far off the exit of the corner, but the bumps transitioning from the actual racetrack down to the apron, it's pretty hefty. The car tends to bottom out. You can really wear the tires out quite a bit by running down there if you run down there consistently. Also, that also adds to the tire wear as far as that and possible lap times. You're at a more awkward angle going into turn 1 by the time you come back up onto the racetrack. That could slow your turns 1 and 2 cornering speed down, which then transitions to the lap itself because you're not going to get a good exit speed off of turn 2, which is going to carry down the back stretch into turn 3. So it does vary. It's more of a passing lane than anything else. If you have the momentum off of turn 4 to cut down there, you know for sure you could clear a driver. That is your best opportunity at it. But if you can't clear that guy to the outside of you that you're racing with, battling with, it's just not worth going down there. That's why you see him go down there a lot on restarts, but that's about it because you're not quite up to speed. Big dive in the center of the corner. He's trying to get alongside of Clint Boyer there. Just couldn't quite do it. Oh, trouble. Turn 2. Car around in the outside wall. It's Kurt Busch. Caution is out. Matt Kenseth will get the free pass here. Martin Truex Jr. has taken the race lead. Kurt Busch just went around. I don't know if he got turned or he had a tire going down. Whatever the case, as soon as he spun, I think Kyle Busch might have hit him. It was tough to tell from back there, but he might have. He can repair the damage. He's got 3 seconds. He'll likely be last off of pit road because of it. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, no adjustments for Johnson. But the car should be handling back to normal as soon as he repairs that 3 seconds of damage. It was under the 5-second damage clock, so good enough for him. He was able to get it done. So Martin Truex Jr. wins the race off of pit road. Denny Hamlin back up to 8th place, but he is going to restart in the free pass spot. Not necessarily have it right now. Green flag back in the air. Oh, Johnson trying to get to the inside. He clears Christopher Bell 3 wide for 3rd place. Oh! Cole Custer got loose on the outside and gets hit from behind by Kevin Harvick, his teammate. Oh, contact! Johnson thought he might have been able to clear Custer, but Custer still carried a lot of corner exit speed despite getting loose on entry into turn 1. And we have again seen a lot of crazy restarts here. Johnson to the bottom trying to clear Custer, but he couldn't do it. Custer gets a little loose again trying to turn that car into turn 1, but he's going to clear Johnson. Johnson had an awkward angle into the corner and couldn't keep up with him. Oh man, he just carries so much speed compared to these other drivers. A little contact in the back of Custer now. Fastest lap of the race despite the contact with Custer, 26.199 for Johnson. And he misses turn 1. Harvick's going to get under him now. Harvick in 8th place. That is a battle for the free pass position. He's trying to stay ahead of Denny Hamlin. So that is why Harvick is going to battle Johnson as hard as he can. No leeway here. And Johnson will cut down in front of Hamlin. Got to protect that line on the inside there through the dog leg. Allgaier still in the lead. How many laps do they have left, do you know? How many laps and what stage are they in exactly? It might be in the final stage now. They're at least in stage 2 if I had to guess, but Hamlin now to the inside of Johnson. Johnson keeps washing up the track on entrance to the corner. Now he seems a little tight. With the damage, he was a little loose on entrance and tight on exit, but he seems a little tight on entrance, and it drives off pretty well. 56 to go. Hey, man, he might win. I'll gladly take that extra money. Hamlin almost got to the inside of Johnson there. It was very close. Johnson just able to hold him off. Look at that run he got off of turn 2. Hamlin's got company. He's got Clint Boyer to the inside. Truex still leads the field, but it looks like Matt DiBenedetto trying to get around him. Truex could be holding those guys up. He definitely has a top 5 car. I don't know if he necessarily has the fastest car on the short runs, but restarting in the lead, of course, having that track position there, and the restart happening behind him, getting really crazy. He was able to hold on to it. Johnson's kept his composure here with the cars behind him. He's got Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman back there. Slowly catching Kevin Harvick at least. Harvick has really walked away as far as trying to keep that free pass position. Boyer's in 9th behind us right now. Of course, in the playoffs, trying to get back on the lead lap perhaps. I'll tell you what, that truck race was pretty good yesterday. I did see the second half of that after we got done with that Talladega stream in the Xfinity Series yesterday. That was a good race, too. They were having some great racing. It's really tough to tell who was faster between Moffitt and Zane Smith there for a little bit, but they had like a 3 or 4 truck battle for the lead for like 20 laps or so through the lap traffic. That was really fun to watch. With about 60 to 70 to go. Zane Smith, of course, ended up getting the win. Makes me excited for the Cup races today and tomorrow. I think you're going to see a much better race than what you saw last year at Dover. Got the lower rear spoilers with the 750 horsepower. We've seen great racing. Bristol was a pretty great race. Phoenix was a great race this season with that package. New Hampshire I thought was a great race. Martinsville was a good race. First half was pretty good. It kind of lacked in the second half. You can kind of say the same with New Hampshire. First half was really awesome, and the second half kind of died down a little bit. But of course, the road course last week was pretty good, solid from start to finish. So we've seen great racing with that package. I'm sure you'll see it again in both races this weekend at Dover. Shorter races, usually they run 400 laps, 400 miles. It's going to be a 311 mile, 311 lap race both today and tomorrow. Because they're running a doubleheader, so they had to shorten the length. Harvick starting to get reeled in by Johnson once again. Lap 100 this time by at the start-finish line. 2 cautions so far today. Look at that drive into the corner, into turn 3, especially by Johnson. It allows Harvick to get the power down before him. Ooh, that's a little loose through the dog leg there. Jimmy gonna rise up the track, try to beat Harvick on corner exit. Gets a really good drive into turn 3. He's looking low. He's already on his inside into the corner. Johnson will clear Harvick off of turn 4, and Harvick gonna try to cross over, and he's gonna get back underneath Johnson. He's not going down without a fight. Oh, Johnson got loose. Full contact with Harvick because of it. Kevin had to lock the brakes up into turn 1. Johnson, although he cleared him, Harvick got right back around him. Now Johnson's got to do it all over again. Just over 200 laps to go. Harvick getting cleared once again by Johnson. That time Harvick couldn't get the crossover. Jimmy stayed to the inside of the track off the exit of the corner. He didn't get a little tight like he did the corner before, or the lap before. Johnson back in the gas a little too soon off of 2, and here comes Harvick right back. Taking a peek to the inside. Johnson kind of holding him off. That protective line all the way to the apron. Through the center of the corner. Oh, Johnson in the wall off of turn 2. Kind of pancaked it. He got a little tight again. Kind of happens from time to time. It's a mixture of being tight and a mixture of getting back to the gas just a little too early. Been a while since Jimmy's led a lap. Despite having a big lead earlier by about 20 seconds, 19 seconds. Still in 6th, but he's catching up to that top 5. 3 rookies in the top 5 right now, running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Reddick in 3rd, Christopher Bell in 4th. 5th place, Cole Custer. Trying to get around the lap traffic now. Johnson had to go around the outside of Brendan Gaughan. Didn't make it look easy. A little easier getting around Fincham on corner exit off of turn 2 on the inside. That was a great drive off of turn 2 by Johnson. He's got a big run now on Cole Custer. Had to check up behind Quinn Houff. Didn't quite get the run he wanted into 3, and he still gets to the inside of Custer. Can't quite get the side draft on him, though. Should be backing out of the corner early. Starting high, gonna finish low. He's really trying to get the drive off so he can get around Custer going into 3. Great setup corner by Johnson. Played it smart, being patient. And now we'll pass Cole Custer for 5th place through 3 and 4. Reddick getting held up in the lap traffic. He's got 2 lap cars side by side. John Hunter Nemechek, Michael McDowell, both the front row cars right in front of him. And Reddick goes to the outside. Interesting move. Here comes Bell and Johnson. Close behind him. Johnson gets to the inside and passes Bell as Bell got hung up behind Nemechek now. And Johnson now to the inside of Reddick for 3rd. Trying to side draft him. He got there. Reddick couldn't hold him clear. Johnson with the run to the inside into turn 1. He's up to 3rd place rather, as Matt DiBenedetto leads barely on Truex, who are also battling in other lap traffic, about a 1.5 seconds ahead of Johnson. But Jimmy is coming more than halfway through the run, or almost halfway through the run, I should say. Truex still knocking on the door of Matt DiBenedetto. Johnson to the outside of both Timmy Hill and Justin Haley through 1 and 2. .200 laps to go at the line this time for Matt DiBenedetto, trying to get his first career victory in the NASCAR Cup Series. He loves these 750 horsepower tracks. Seems to do very well on them, and he's doing well here today. But he's got 2 drivers, as we now have a 3-way battle for the lead. Benedetto quickly to the inside of LaJoie, but you can see his run stalled out. Johnson got a great drive off of turn 2. He's going to get to the inside of DiBenedetto for the lead. He got around Truex very quickly. And Benedetto pulls off the block. Johnson is right there, back to the inside, into turn 1. They both drove it off in there deep. Johnson clears him off of turn 2. Beats him back to the gas. Johnson back to the lead. Officially at the start-finish line. So Jimmy Johnson back to the lead for the second time today at Phoenix. So the 198 to go on lap 115. 2 cautions up to this point. Let's go Keegan/Jimmy. Again, it has been 5 races since Johnson's won a race on this Cup Series season. A lot of bad luck, it seems like, over the last few races. Trying not to hinder that momentum towards the championship. To get a record 8th championship, but if Jimmy can win today, he will advance to the championship 4. Not having to worry about what might happen at Martinsville and Talladega in the next 2 races. Now remember, Alex Bowman came into the playoffs with no wins, and so that means no playoff points because he didn't finish in the top 10 in the regular season standings either. So he was right around that playoff bubble in the round of 16 when we started. He won the first playoff race at Richmond. Then he went on to win in the second playoff race, or I should say the second race in the round of 12 at Bristol. So 2 wins on 2 short tracks. And that quickly got him to 2 wins on the season. And started him above the cut line all of a sudden when we started this round of 8. He was the 4th seed, just 3 points ahead of Kyle Busch. Kyle, who has been running right around 10th this entire race, where Bowman has been running outside the top 25. That is a huge difference there. Bowman might very well find himself 8th in the standings with 2 races before the championship, trying to get into the top 4. But can he win a race in this round? Can he win maybe at Talladega, where he has run well in the past? Maybe win on a 3rd short track at Martinsville. Thought he might have had a shot here today at Phoenix, just knowing his history at the track, but he is just not having a great run at all today. But he needs to finish strong, get every point he can get. If he could scrape his way to a top 20, that would be better than 28th, where he's been running most of the race. And Joey Logano not having a good run here today, 21st. Quickly a 4-second lead for Johnson. Truex is up to 2nd. Benedetto's back to 3rd. And you got Reddick and Bell rounding out the top 5. Custer in 6th. Ken's at 7th. So 7 drivers on the lead lap still. Last we knew of, Kevin Harvick was in 8th place ahead of Clint Boyer, his SHR teammate. Harvick seems to be the king at Phoenix. He finished 3rd here in the race earlier this season. And he is coming off a win in the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona last Sunday. Getting that 2nd win of the season. Again, was eliminated in the opening round of the playoffs. So if he could have just pointed his way into that last round, he would have advanced to this round with that win at Daytona. But just wasn't meant to be. He had a terrible opening round despite being the number 2 seed after finishing regular season standings in 2nd. Harvick lost in a 3-way tie with Christopher Bell and Martin Truex Jr. to get into the round of 12. Only one of those 3 drivers made it, and that was Bell, simply by finishing better than any of those other 2 drivers in that round. If the tiebreaker was on the regular season points or wins, playoff points, whatever the nature would have been, Harvick would have had the tiebreaker, but he just did not have a run. He didn't finish better than 17th in any of those 3 races. Christopher Bell won the tiebreaker by finishing 4th at that Richmond race that Alex Bowman ended up getting the win at. Wow, look at Johnson's run. Elliott about got into the side of McDowell, and he just snuck right around both of them. 3 wide to the inside through 3 and 4. Got the run to the outside of William Byron there. How crazy would it be if Jimmy Johnson ended up making the playoffs this season? Say he makes it in on points, something of that nature. He gets a lot of points this week. But what if he actually made a run for the championship? Knowing that we're running as Jimmy strictly to get an 8th title on NASCAR Heat 5. That'd be crazy. The 2 paths to get there, on the other hand, would be completely different, but just the fact of it being the same driver would be definitely crazy. That is for sure. It's like predicting the future with a video game. Caution's out for the 3rd time today with 185 laps to go, and because Matt Kenseth just went a lap down, a half a lap before the caution, he'll get the free pass in 7th and not Kevin Harvick. So that was bad timing there for Harvick. If the caution came out a half a lap sooner, Harvick would be getting the lap back, not Kenseth. But that's good for Johnson because Harvick, again, has great track history here. He does not want Harvick to get back into this. So again, 3rd caution of the day. 1 second of damage to repair here for Jimmy Johnson. 3/4 of a tank of fuel, 4 fresh tires coming. No problem there, Amari P. So we'll have 182 laps to go and we go green. Truex wins the race off of pit road. Johnson has not won the race off of pit road once today. His pit crew has not quite been on the top of its game. So Truex will lead the field to the green. Green flag back in the air. Oh, Johnson stuck in 2nd gear. And Truex has got to clear him before we even get into turn 1. Jimmy did get down to the bottom quickly. Look at Truex locking up the brakes, and they're 3 wide for 2nd. Look at Reddick on the top. DiBenedetto in the middle. Nobody giving an inch here. Johnson really fading back on the restart. Found himself stuck in 2nd gear. A big mistake there by Johnson on the restart, and he can't quite hold on. Oh, Johnson slid way up the track. Look at how loose Bell got there, just trying to stay as high as he can. Keep Johnson off of him. Johnson with a big side draft off the 2 on Newman. He's able to clear him back down into 3. Johnson keeps looking to the inside of Bell. He just can't quite get there. Johnson all the way to the inside of the track now. And he couldn't even pull up alongside of Bell that time. He just does not have a fast short run car at all. No lap cars got in the way of the top 6 this time, though, at least not yet. Johnson kind of holding up the pack behind him now, but he doesn't want any lap cars to get in the way this time of him in the top 5. Tyler Reddick was able to get the 2nd around DiBenedetto, even on the outside there. Reddick seems to have the fastest short run speed on the initial restart. We get about 5 to 10 laps in. DiBenedetto seems to be the fastest car for about the first 20 to 25 laps of the run, and then from about lap 25 to 30 on, Johnson seems to have the fastest car. But Johnson has not led as many laps as some of these other drivers in the race today. I had to guess. I want to say Truex has about led the most. Boyer just got into Johnson in turn 1. And Boyer's going to stay to the inside of Jimmy now, down into turn 3. And he clears him. Boyer in that free pass spot. Stenhouse right behind him. Stenhouse is 2 laps down, though, versus Boyer's only 1 lap down. Who won the Xfinity? I think it's still going on right now. I don't think it's over yet. I don't know who's leading, though, off the top of my head. I guess it seemed like a battle between Allgaier and Cindric. Oh, that was a big run up the middle. Johnson really drove it off in there. He's going to clear Bubba Wallace, but he can't quite clear Newman like he wanted to there also. Johnson backs out of the corner early. Oh, what a move! Oh, contact as he tries to clear Newman as they are hooked together off of 4. Sure, Newman didn't back on the lead lap. Allows another playoff driver, Denny Hamlin, to instead get by in 4th position, but he can't quite clear Newman. Newman sticking around on the outside, always being tough to pass there. Allgaier's leading with 30 to go. Nice. Thanks there, Braden Thompson. Welcome to the stream, of course. If I didn't already acknowledge you. Can't quite remember. Johnson way into the gas way too soon. Oh, man, he almost slammed into Hamlin on the inside, who was in 9th, trying to run down Boyer. A couple playoff drivers fighting for that free pass position right now. Hoping for a quicker caution than what we had last time, just in case Kenseth ends up going a lap down again. Johnson about put in the inside wall going into 3, trying to get under Hamlin. He still can't do it. Going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today. 172 laps to go. Big drive to the inside of Hamlin that time. Using a lot of the racetrack, just trying to get the power down. Look at that corner exit there by Johnson. Really had the tires to grip up perfectly there. Drove it in really deep that time, and he can't quite clear the 11 of Hamlin yet. Denny still to his outside. Good battle going on here now for position, but again, Hamlin trying to catch Boyer to get back in that free pass position. Johnson with a good drive off of turn 2 again. That time he's going to clear Hamlin. Barely, but he did clear him. Clean pass. Yeah, I'd be kind of excited if Allgaier wins. Kind of rooting for him. I put money on him earlier today. He was my pick to win the Xfinity race. He's been so close to winning the last couple years, last 3 seasons. He's got 2 runner-up finishes, and he did win 4 years ago, too, in the Xfinity race or sorry, not 4 years ago. In the last 4 Xfinity races, he's finished 2nd twice. A 6th place finish and a win in the last 4 races, so that's why I picked him to win. Back to the inside of Stenhouse. Drove it off in there deep. Gonna clear him. We are nearing the halfway point. Very close. We're just over 10 laps away from halfway already today. Yeah, my handling's still pretty good with the controller 9 times out of 10. It'll be interesting to see on Thunder 04 though here in a week or so how my handling's going to be there, because these are 2 completely different games. And I've only played NASCAR Heat video games literally since Evolution came out, so for about the last 4 or 5 years. Oh boy, you just got to the inside of Jimmy Johnson there again, and he clears him with a crossover. Jimmy drove it off deep into turn 1. Oh, contact. Another slight little bump. That actually hurt Johnson more than it helped him, because Boyer just got shot out of a cannon off of turn 4 after that little bit of a push. Johnson trying to run him back down again. He's got the run into 3 on the inside. He's going to clear Clinton Boyer. Better corner exit that time. Boyer still trying to go high to get alongside Johnson, but he can't do it. So Jimmy clears him. Didn't allow Boyer to get the crossover there. Jimmy a little high on corner entry into turn 1. Drives it to the bottom. Boyer couldn't get under him. That was his opportunity to get him back, but Johnson seems to have the speed at this point in the run. Kind of use that same maneuver a little bit in turns 3 and 4, but it works a little better with the drive off of turn 2. They're being much flatter than what turns 3 and 4 are. There's a couple of bumps in there as well. Johnson really slipped up the track and hit his marks well that time through turns 1 and 2. Johnson's still about 6.5 seconds off the lead. We just have not seen the speed in that car since the opening run of the race. He's gotten to the lead a couple times since then, but it hasn't quite looked the same and hasn't pulled away nearly as much over the course of a green flag run. Am I going to do full race live streams on the older games? Yeah, I plan on it. I just got to figure out a way to how to live stream with the PS2 when I get it. That's another reason why, even if I get it, I might not be streaming right away. As soon as I can play the game and figure out how to stream it, like we might do like a test stream just to make sure it works, something of that nature. Because if it doesn't work, then I'll probably just have to upload it. And if I just have to upload it, I'll probably just upload it in sections. Probably like two videos a race. Unless we crash out, of course, but I'm hoping I can live stream it. I should be able to. It's just a matter of me trying to find out how to do it. Get the right parts and pieces to be able to live stream off the PlayStation 2, so but yeah, once I can figure that out, yeah, plan on doing the full race live streams, realistic broadcast as normal. And what's cool about those older EA games is the fact that you have that pre-race show. That'll help a lot, I feel like, with the realistic broadcast. Johnson has caught Christopher Bell. He is only a couple car lengths back off of turn 2, and he has a really big run in the draft. He's going to send it into 3. Trying to get around Bell, can't quite clear him. Bell hanging around there. Johnson to the inside of LaJoy, kind of using him as a pick. Bell tries to squeeze to the outside all of a sudden. Johnson's got to go to the outside of Justin Haley, so Jimmy back into the top 5 again here. Oh, man. Johnson really drove it off deep. Right in between Bowman and Custer. Got a good drive off of turn 2 regardless. He's going to clear Custer easily down the back straightaway into 3. DiBenedetto, who has fallen back to 3rd on that restart, is still sitting there. And Truex still leads this race. It seems like Martin's getting a little bit faster and a little bit faster over the course of this one, in hopes to try and go 2 for 2 at Phoenix this season. Johnson just kind of cleared DiBenedetto there, and he hops to the inside of the lap car of Ryan Preece. So Jimmy Johnson up to 3rd. So what's faster between a Cheetah or a NASCAR going 130? Well, that's an easy question. A NASCAR going 130. Cheetahs don't run that fast. I think they only... I don't think they even hit 100. Yeah, I highly doubt that. It'd be insane. I mean, it's insane enough how fast they run, but if I remember right, I think they only go like... They can run as fast as like 70 to 80 miles an hour. I don't think they can... They're nowhere close to 130. I know that. Johnson to the inside of Reddick for 2nd. Clears him easily in 1 and 2. His passing lane seems to be in turns 3 and 4 rather than 1 and 2. 1 and 2 seems to be the setup, but he figured if he drove it in nice, got a good run on the exit, he could pass Reddick then and there, and he did, wasting no time. 2nd and a half off the lead of Truex. Johnson is the fastest driver on the racetrack, just passed halfway through Phoenix today. In the opening race of the round of 8 of the playoffs. Trivia question of the day. We need a sponsor for the trivia question of the day. We need a sponsor for that. We need sponsors for everything on the channel. Hopefully as the channel gets bigger, we can do something like that. Get actual advertisements in the race. But the trivia sponsor of the day comes in the Cup Series, well, in all 3 series, but at Phoenix Raceway. Who is the only current Cup Series driver to not win a race at Phoenix in either the Truck, Xfinity, or Cup Series? So which current Cup Series champion has not won a race at Phoenix in the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck Series? There's only one driver. Try to name it, and try not to look it up on the internet to try and figure it out either. Jimmy Johnson is not the answer to that question. He has won at Phoenix multiple times in the Cup Series. It's been a while, but Allgaier won? Awesome. I think his odds were 4 to 1, so $120. Nice little payday. See if I can double down in the Cup race today. That'd be awesome. That'd be huge. If I did that. And try to go for that Indy 500 and Cup race tomorrow too. Man, Blaney got really loose off of turn 4 there. Allgaier's had a lot of terrible luck in the Cup Series, or in the Xfinity Series this year too. He was due for a win. First of the season. Denny Hamlin is not a champion in the Cup Series. So Hamlin has not won a championship, so he would not be the answer to the question. Again, he has to... They have to be Cup Series champions. Of the Cup Series champions, current Cup Series champions, who's the only driver to not win a race at Phoenix in both the truck, or in any of these 3 series, which would have been the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup. It is not Kevin Harvick. No, Harvick's the king at Phoenix. If I'm not mistaken, I think Harvick's won more races at Phoenix than any other driver in NASCAR history. Pretty sure he's the all-time wins leader at Phoenix. Which also makes him a strong fit for the championship this year. He's going to be tough to beat. Yep, first win for all guy this year, Truex. Now, interestingly enough, Martin Truex Jr. has not won a Cup race at Phoenix, but he has won an Xfinity race. So he would not be the answer to that question either. Truex did win an Xfinity race. I had to look it up. It was back in 2006, but he did win a then Busch Series race at Phoenix. No, it's not either of the two Busch brothers. Not Kurt or Kyle. So I'll give you guys the answer to the question. Nobody has gotten it right yet. I'll give you guys a lap or two. I mean, there's only so many current Cup Series champions. You guys are bound to get it right eventually if you just keep guessing. Nope, Logano won at Phoenix this year. He won the first Phoenix race.
Still there? You're all clear on top there. Clear eye, bud.
You guys got a black screen? I don't have a black screen. Oh, trouble. Turn 1, car around Clinton Boyer. Playoff implications for Clinton Boyer. Was running inside the top 10. As he goes for a spin in turn 1, bringing out the 5th caution of the race. Fifth caution of the day. Clinton Boyer, playoff driver, in trouble. Matt Kenseth fell a lap down again. He'll get the free pass for the 3rd time already today. We'll see pit stops under caution here. So yeah, Jackson got it right. The answer to the question is Brad Keselowski. Again, I didn't want you guys to answer too many times, in a sense, the same person too many times, just simply because you guys were going to get it right eventually. There's only so many champions left in the Cup Series that are still running today. But Brad Keselowski is the only driver to not win at Phoenix in the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series of the current champions that are still in the series today. So green flag back in the air at Phoenix. Again, that's the trivia question of the day. Jimmy Johnson wins the race off pit road for the first time. Gets a good restart on the bottom lane. Controlling the lines now through 1 and 2 into 3 and 4. Tyler Reddick up to 2nd place. Oh, couldn't quite clear Truex there. And here comes Truex with a run on the top. Johnson leads the lap. But Truex on the top side of the racetrack for the lead. Johnson gets tight, and here comes Reddick. 3 wide for the lead. Reddick is going to make a 3 wide pass for the lead to Benedetto now. Looking for 2nd. They're 3 wide down the back into 3. This is going to get tight. Nobody wants to give. De Benedetto up the track. He slams into Johnson. 4 wide. 4 wide. Through 3 and 4, Newman to the free pass position. Hamlin and Johnson get together. Ping-ponging into Truex. And Truex is in the wall. And Boyer gets tagged, and Boyer gets sideways. Back up the track. Huge crash off of turn 2. Big pile up back behind us. Caution is out for the 6th time today. Oh, my goodness. Man. Boyer for the 2nd time bringing out the last 2 cautions as he got clipped. It was only a matter of time before that was going to happen. They were just stacking up so badly for a couple laps there. Wow. Desperation to try and get to the front. As we get later and later in the race, Reddick in the lead at the time of the caution, and Ryan Newman, playoff driver, snuck through the accident. It was actually in front of the accident at the time, and Newman will get the free pass to get back on the lead lap. Tyler Reddick, green flag back in the air, will lead the field to the green. Johnson in 2nd. Wow, Johnson got a really good restart. On the top side, he gets to the lead. What a restart by Jimmy Johnson, quickly to the lead again. But here comes Truex trying to work the top side. Actually, he's down to the bottom. It's Christopher Bell on the top. Reddick actually performed well at Phoenix earlier this season in real life, if you remember, and he's going for the lead again here, trying to get that first career win. Johnson holding them off for now. Truex now to the bottom of Reddick for second place. Matt Kenseth in the top 5 off the restart. Look at Matt Kenseth out of nowhere. He is up to 4th place and looking for 3rd on Reddick. Reddick still side drafting that 19 of Truex. Johnson's led the first 3 laps off the restart now. But they are both right behind Jimmy Johnson. Reddick got a good pull off of turn 2. Johnson might have drove it in a little too deep there. He's still just trying to kind of stick the bottom and hold these guys off. Oh, Truex almost got to the back bumper of Johnson that time. Inside Uranus, welcome to the stream. I'm surprised Jimmy, even without a short run car, able to hold on to it. Truex up to 2nd all by himself. How about Kenseth going for 3rd? This is the place of his last career win up to this point, 2017. In the 2nd race in the playoff race at Phoenix, he's going for it today. Truex trying to cross over on the 48. Here's Kyle Busch in that free pass spot back in 9th. Trying to get himself right back into it again. Johnson looked like he barely beat Truex back to the gas there. He really backed off the corner well. Kind of playing defense there that time through that corner, but Johnson is as good as we've seen him off a restart today. Truex thought he had a run. He looked low, but he just can't quite get underneath Johnson. If he could just get under him, get that side draft, I'm sure he'll have that advantage to get around him. That 19 car looks so fast on the short runs. He's looking like Johnson's biggest test up to this point in the race. And he's going to get there. Looked like he was going to. Johnson had to get out of the gas up the track, and he's almost in the wall. Truex up to the lead. Johnson had to get way out of the gas or he would have ended up in the wall. Drives it in deep to get back to Truex, but he can't do it. Martin Truex Jr. back to the lead with 1:21 to go at Phoenix. Got a good battle going on right now. It's not over yet, although Truex slightly pulling away. Johnson is really digging. He does not have the short run car, so he is giving it everything he's got right now to try and keep up with Truex. Trying to run a little bit different line. Cole Custer up to 3rd. Look at Johnson keeping up with Truex. I mean, again, Jimmy's giving it everything he's got right now. He's backing up his corners perfectly. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. Johnson to the inside, into turn 3 for the lead. Trying to side draft the 19, he can't quite stay with him. Got a heck of a battle going on right now. He keeps beating Truex back to the gas. He's not running it as deep into turns 1 and 2. He is all over the back of the 19 for the lead into turn 3. Can he clear him? He does. Johnson to the lead off of turn 4. At lap 196, he leads now for the 5th different time today. A lot of lead changes in this race at Phoenix. Now can Truex keep back up with Johnson? Johnson did a great job not letting Martin Truex Jr. go. And that was about as hard as you could drive a car while still trying to keep it steady. That was an unbelievable drive by Johnson. I mean, the top two just pulled everybody else from third on back. Well, Johnson kind of washed up the hill a little bit. Truex gains a little bit of time in 1 and 2 there. Johnson get away. Hit the corner exit speed. Jimmy's getting out of the gas and on the brakes a little earlier. But if he can get back in the gas right at that perfect time, he can get a really good drive off as he pulls Truex again through 3 and 4. Sit back down to the gas. He just drives that car right along that yellow line. Really, really well. 7th time today, Kyle Busch back on the lead lap with the free pass, playoff driver. So we're getting a lot of these playoff drivers back into it now. Looks like everybody's going to pit. So we'll see. Can Johnson do it again on the short run? He was just starting to pull back away from Truex before that caution came out. Still can't make it on fuel the rest of the race from here, but this is getting good, let me tell you. Yeah, sorry if there's a lag in the chat. Yeah, sorry if there's a lag there. So Johnson, for the 2nd straight time, wins the race off pit road. And how about that? Truex lost 2 spots on pit road. Actually, he lost more than that. What happened to Truex? Lost a lot. Oh, Johnson stuck in 3rd gear there for a second. He still got a good restart. First race off of pit road again. Can he hold on to it? So Truex, after a very, very bad pit stop, you can see him, he restarted back there in 7th. And Matt Kenseth going for 2nd place on Reddick. Johnson again does not have the short run car, but Kenseth, who started 2nd, has not led a lap yet today. Reddick took a peek to the outside, but he couldn't stay there. Johnson backed up the corner well. He's got to be careful doing that, though, with cars right on his back bumper. He's only able to do that with Truex because he had a lot of clearance behind him. He does not have the clearance right now off this restart. And without practice, well, we did have session qualifying, so Johnson ran 3 laps of qualifying, but without practice, it's really tough to get a feel for the track. You can definitely tell the 2nd half of this race, Johnson's been hitting his marks a lot better, especially on the longer runs. Oh, he slipped up there, and here comes Kenseth. Johnson tried to beat it back to the gas. He never had the lift. Side by side for the lead. Kenseth, Johnson, 2 oldest drivers in the field. Oh, Kenseth gets loose. He got loose, and Benedetto's going to take the lead. Here comes Truex. Back into it again. Oh, Kenseth just slams right into Johnson. Hamlin down to the bottom. Hamlin's a lap down. Matt DiBenedetto back to the lead again at Phoenix. Kenseth got loose a couple corners in a row there. He fades back. He couldn't quite get to the lead. Johnson all the way to the apron. He's trying to hold clear of Reddick, who had a big run off of turn 4. He couldn't clear him, though, and that might give Reddick the chance to get around him on the outside in 1 and 2, and he does. Reddick up to 3rd, Johnson back to 4th, and here comes Christopher Bell in 5th. Truex trying to get around to Benedetto. He's got a faster car. Johnson down to the apron again. Oh, he got really loose off of 4, though. That might not have helped it. Almost had to commit to driving down there with how loose he got off of 4. I do not have a twitch there, Amari. Truex still stalking Matt DiBenedetto. Johnson trying to protect as Kenseth back up to fifth. Johnson a little tight. He might get the drive off here, but he couldn't get the car to rotate to the bottom of the track like he wanted to. And Kenseth back to his inside. Oh, and he turns him. No, he didn't. They both save it. Kenseth gets up the racetrack again in 3 and 4, and he hits Jimmy Johnson. They both saved it in turns 3 and 4 simultaneously. Johnson drives off, but Kenseth loses a few spots. And Custer's now up to 5th. Newman in 6th. Man. No more clearance, or I should say there is clearance now behind Johnson. But he is getting way too tight in 1 and 2. You did not see that the last 2 runs. He can't start high and finish low like he wants to, how he was able to run Truex back down on the last run. 100 laps to go now at Phoenix. 212 laps complete. This is going to be good. Kind of hoping the stream ends early enough so I can go to B-dubs before the race starts. Getting pretty hungry. Order a get carry out and hopefully get back home for the start, but I don't think I have enough time to do that. Otherwise I would. Probably have to wait till after the race. Snack on something. Custer has ran down Jimmy Johnson, and he's going to be going for 4th place. Cole Custer, of course, has a win in the actual Cup Series, although he's not won this season on our NASCAR Heat 5 schedule. Remember, he had that thriller on a green-white checker finish at Kentucky and got the win that day. 4-wide pass around the top, so he ran Johnson down. Jimmy realized that, and he knew he had to pick up the pace a little bit. Kind of pulled Custer that last lap. Johnson through the middle. Back towards the bottom. A little bit better that time. You can see the drive off. He got off of turn 2 there. Just less than 100 to go there, called. Truex still has not gotten around to Benedetto. He looks low off of turn 2 again, and because he can't get around him, Tyler Reddick has now caught him. It is a 3-horse race for the lead. Johnson about 2 seconds back at 4th. Another second behind Johnson is Custer in 5th. Newman in 6th. Can Reddick maybe capitalize now? Oh, Johnson might have nudged the wall off of 2. That allows Custer to reel Johnson back in just like that. Johnson lost a second that last lap. Had to get way out of the gas. He got back in it too soon. Got tight off of turn 2. Couldn't hold the corner. That's the only risk you have. We're kind of setting it up by starting high and running low. You kind of burn the tires off a little bit more too, but it is the fastest way around turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you just kind of got to grip that bottom as well as you can. Johnson's done a pretty decent job of it tonight. Yeah, and don't worry, I mean, we will still have another season for each series. We'll be doing stages on season 2. So I planned originally we were going to do 2 seasons for each series. And that's the only reason we're so far into this Cup Series season is simply because we haven't been able to run those Xfinity races. I'm sure if we were able to run the Xfinity, I don't even think we'd be in the playoffs for all 3 series so far. That's why you see playoff races recently between the Truck and Cup, because we're not even a third of the way through the Xfinity schedule yet. So again, I hope you're going to see me back off of the Cup and Truck series after this weekend quite a bit to try to get the Xfinity series to catch up, because I want to do all the championship races for each series within that same week. I don't want to finish these 2 seasons up and then just do all Xfinity afterwards. I kind of want to catch them up. Yeah, we still got 4 truck races left too. We got 3 Cup races. We are doing a Cup race tomorrow still, though, as planned. We're running at Martinsville for the second race of the round of 8, but it's going to be a while before you see Talladega and Darlington. Especially with that Thunder series, NASCAR Thunder 2004 coming along likely next week. Johnson starting to run down the top 3 as they have caught lap traffic, but they are still all with each other. DiBenedetto in the lead. Reddick going for second, but he's caught behind the lap car of Fincham. Oh, Reddick couldn't quite get under him there. Truex skims by to the top off of turn 4. Look at that run. Yep, 367 at Darlington for the... Yeah, we got to make it to the end of that race. That's the problem with having Darlington as the championship race, is we got to make it to the end of the race to win the championship. And not DNF. And that turn 2, coming off of turn 2, if it's anything like heat 4, it is so loose off of there. We'll see. Johnson has caught the top 3. Truex back to 3rd. Reddick running down to Benedetto again, who's done a great job holding on. Johnson with the run to the top. Oh, he's in the wall, getting into 1. Had to back it down. Austin Dillon kind of cut him off. Wasn't really Dillon's fault. He had nowhere to go because Truex was already on the inside of him. Johnson sends it into 3, trying to get around Truex. And look at Tyler Reddick going up the middle. Between McDowell and DiBenedetto, Johnson couldn't quite clear Truex that time. And now he does through the dogleg. A 4-car battle for the lead. Look at how deep Johnson drives it into turn 1. Trying to get underneath the Reddick. Big time slide job there. He does clear the lap traffic, but he can't quite clear Reddick. He still carries enough speed into 3. Johnson up to 2nd. Now trying to chase DiBenedetto himself. 85 to go. DiBenedetto in the lead. Johnson drives it deep into 1 and 2. Slide job up the track. Oh, there's contact. He got into him. He tried to get him in one fellow swoop. With Reddick and Truex close behind, he couldn't do it there. Johnson drives it in deep through 3 and 4. DiBenedetto gets the power down. Johnson can't quite stay alongside there. And Reddick is closing back in again. Johnson, good drive off of turn 2 to the inside of DiBenedetto for the lead. Way down low. Trying to make sure DiBenedetto didn't get a side draft. Johnson clears him off of turn 4. Jimmy Johnson back to the lead once again at Phoenix with 83 to go. Will we stay green to the finish? We've had 7 cautions today, or will we get another yellow or 2 before the end of the race? Are we using the wheel? No, we're not going to use the wheel for any more Cup races this season. If you guys watch my... It's just too risky because if you guys watch my last career mode episode that came out, my steering wheel disconnected at Michigan. Literally like 3 laps into the race and I DNF'd. I just cannot afford it this late in the season to be using it and have it disconnect. So we don't even know if we're going to win this one or not to lock ourselves into the championship. So I just don't want to do it. We only got a couple races left with Johnson. Try to get him as many wins as we can on his way out of the Cup Series here. But Junior Car 17, welcome to the stream. Johnson kind of pulling away now as he has just over a 1-second lead on DiBenedetto. Reddick still close behind. And Truex as well within the picture, 2.5 seconds off the lead in 4th. Got a couple drivers DNF today. I don't think any of them are playoff drivers up to this point. Nice 3-wide pass by Johnson. Really drove it in there deep to get underneath Priest and Bowman. Yep, coverage starts at 4. The drop of the green flags at 4:20 is what it's scheduled for today for the Cup Series at Dover. Similar time tomorrow. I'm sure with the Indy 500 on tomorrow, if the Indy 500 did run long, I'm sure they would postpone the start of the Dover race, much like when the Xfinity race ran long. If they postponed it for the Xfinity race running long on an NBC network for a Cup race, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, when that happened 2 weeks ago at Michigan, then they're definitely going to end up postponing the start of the Cup race till after the Indy 500 is done tomorrow. So if the Indy 500 runs long as there isn't a big crash and there's no red flag in the Indy 500, then it should be done well before a quarter after 4 when the Cup race is supposed to drop for the green flag. So that'll give them just a little over 3 hours by the time they go green at Indy. Four-second lead for Jimmy Johnson over Matt DiBenedetto off of turn 4. Followed by Reddick, Truex, and Custer in the top 5 again. Those rookies today have been almost like the clash of the field. Of course, remember, Christopher Bell was in the top 5. Really impressed today. Yeah, I mean, even though there's no fans, I mean, the Indy 500 is still the Indy 500. It's, in my opinion, the biggest race in motorsports. And this is coming from a NASCAR fan that's a die-hard NASCAR fan. Wouldn't miss a Cup race for the world, even just to watch it on TV. But the Indy 500 is the biggest race in the world. And that's one race that I make sure that isn't NASCAR, that I make sure I have to watch from start to finish. It's just got so much more history. I mean, the race is over 100 years old, people. For anybody that wants to debate that, you know, that race isn't the biggest, not only in American motorsports, but just motorsports in general, that race is over 100 years old. There's no other race that is that rich and prestigious in history in the world, let alone the U.S. 6.5 second lead now. DiBenedetto still holding on strong, although he has lost the lead. He's still in second, which is good if he can keep that pace going. That all came because of a 3-wide pass for the lead off of turn 4, a few laps into the restart. Kenseth got loose up the track into Johnson, and DiBenedetto slid right on by, right along the bottom of the track. Took advantage of it, led a lot of laps there for a moment. Again, we cannot make it on fuel to the end of the race from here, so there will be pit stops. And Johnson's more than halfway through this tire run. And remember, he will likely have to be the first driver, of course. Ooh, Johnson got loose through the dogleg, but he will have to be the first driver to hit pit road. These other guys are going to try to stay out as long as they can with this being a shorter racetrack, 1 mile in length. I consider it a short track. Wide into turn 3. Keselowski, another playoff driver, running 17th. He's just not had the run he wants here today. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race as we have 71 laps to go. And without practice, we did not make it to the final round of session qualifying, so we have not had a green flag pit stop to have to work with, so we do have to make sure that we don't speed. We have not had a green flag stop in today's race as well. 70 laps to go. There's Kyle Busch, who got the free pass under that last caution and has really faded back. He's in 9th place, last driver in the lead lap, and if he needs a caution, he needs it now before he goes a lap down. He would have to take the free pass again, and he would get back on the lead lap, but again, he would have to restart the rear of the field. So this is a big pass here because Kyle Busch is in the playoffs. Johnson couldn't clear him. He could not clear him there. Kyle racing him hard. But he just does not have the speed that that 48 car has here today. Less than 70 to go here at Phoenix. Again, 7 cautions in the race so far. 4 in the first half, 3 so far in the second half. Will we see another? Yeah, I think Jimmy has a shot this weekend. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he can make up points on that cut line on Bowman for sure. I kind of mentioned it a little bit in my predictions video. If Johnson could just gain 10 points on him today and 10 points on him tomorrow, he's 5 points back going into Daytona. That is within striking distance for sure, especially at Daytona. So I think Johnson can still point his way in. This is his best track statistically at Dover at least. So yeah, don't count Jimmy out. I don't think he's going to win, but I think if he can run near top 5 all throughout the race, get a lot of stage points in both races, he can definitely make up some ground on Bowman. I don't trust not Bowman, but Byron. I don't trust Byron because William is not finishing the top 10 each of the only 4 cup races he's been in at Dover, and he hasn't been nearly as consistent as of lately. Neither is Johnson for that matter, but between that and not having the history at Dover that nowhere near as what Jimmy Johnson has, for sure, I would count on Johnson making a run at trying to get there on points. And Byron has to get to the end of these races. If he crashes out, Jimmy's there, and I think Jimmy points his way in, but 62 laps to go this time by. .62 laps left with a 16.5-second lead for Johnson. Austin Blake, welcome to the stream. Hopefully it doesn't start to lag behind again. Yeah, hopefully. Made it this far. 61 to go. We're so close to the end of this race. Right front tire down to 20% tire wear off of turn 2 this lap. Johnson again. Everybody has to pit one more time anyway, but Johnson will likely have to pit first if we stay green long enough. And he needs this to play green, hopefully to the end of the race, but if not to the end of the race, at least long enough for everybody to cycle through. Man, look at him just power past Kenseth off of turn 2. Kenseth now a lap down. So we just kind of passed Quint Houff there. Did anybody realize in the point standings that Quint Houff finally just passed Kyle Larson in points? After 23 points paying races. Oh, caution is out with 58 to go. And that will put Kenseth back on the lead lap. That's the 4th time today Kenseth's gotten the free pass. And we will have 55 laps left when we go green. But yeah, Larson only raced 4 races this year. Half's raced 23. He just passed him in points. I just kind of looked at that the other, what was it, 2 nights ago? It just kind of dawned on me when we passed Quinn Half there. Well, here we go. We've seen crazy restarts all day long here at Phoenix, and we're going to have one with 55 laps left. Will this be the final restart? We'll have to wait and see. Jimmy Johnson trying to get the win. Green flag back in the air. Can he win and advance to the championship 4? Great restart. Getting through the gears perfectly. That's Benedetto, who restarted in 2nd. By the way, Johnson, of course, won the race off pit road. And he quickly got down to the bottom of the racetrack. Johnson really backed up 3 and 4 pretty well. Benedetto looked low for a moment, and here comes Martin Truex Jr. On the outside, he passes to Benedetto for 2nd. I would consider getting an IndyCar game for sure. Johnson trying to hold these guys off. To Benedetto, Truex still side by side for 2nd. He doesn't have a good car for the first 20. Oh, De Benedetto moves him. He gets loose. I was going to say Johnson doesn't have the short run car. He's trying to side draft De Benedetto into the corner. Bell, oh, and now Reddick moves Johnson up the track. They're 4 wide. And actually, that was not Reddick. That was Newman who moved him up. And here's Bubba Wallace in the picture. Great crossover, 3 wide, down the front stretch. 4 wide through turns 1 and 2. There's Harvick. Are they going to make it off of turn 2? They do. How they didn't make contact in that corner, I'm not sure. Harvick out of nowhere in the picture. Side by side still for 2nd between Truex and Johnson. Truex pulls him and he clears him for 2nd. Unbelievable. De Benedetto with the bump and run to get to the lead, and he's got a big lead. He's got 2 lap cars behind him in front of Truex. Could this be the day for Matt De Benedetto to get that first career win? And Johnson's got drag on the car, 50 to go. He's got a little bit of damage to the rear bumper after Newman got into him. And remember, we saw damage on the rear bumper earlier, and Johnson just wasn't the same. Is that going to happen again here on what could possibly be the final restart of the race following the 8th caution? Fuel is good to the end. Tires should make it as well for this 55, well, possible again, 55 lap green flag run to the finish. Hamlin got a big run off of turn 4 to the back of Jimmy Johnson. Johnson's still holding on to 3rd. Reddick trying to get around Hamlin so he can then possibly get around Johnson. By the way, Newman, first car lap down in 8th right now, and that car behind him of Harvick trying to get around him is 2 laps down. So Ryan Newman looking for that free pass position. Get back on the lead lap. He is a playoff driver. The only playoff driver in the round of 8 at least that is on the lead lap is Johnson in 3rd. It's not been a good day for the playoff drivers so far today. Again, I got to calculate the points manually, so you're not going to know until the start of the race tomorrow at Martinsville where everybody stands in points. So I'll try to get you guys out of here as soon as possible. I know I'm going to try to get food before the start of the race today. Get you guys settled in before that cup race starts. You have 4:20 It's the drop of the green flag, so we're about an hour away from the start of the race. Newman, Harvick, Johnson all nose to tail, and Truex knows that his chance to get to the lead, he needs to get around those guys as quick as he can. Tyler Reddick has just cleared Hamlin off of 2. Reddick going to try to catch Johnson for 3rd here shortly. Damage to the back bumper of Jimmy's car. Has to be hurting him a little bit. 44 to go. I'm sorry if there's a lag in the stream there. I see it's kind of pixely on my laptop. I don't know if it is for you guys. Truex can't even get around Harvick, and Harvick can't get around Newman. Reddick got a big run off of 4. He's all over the back of Johnson for 3rd. Jimmy's about 3 seconds off the lead from DiBenedetto. Johnson really got tight off of turn 4 there, and here comes Reddick. He's just not within striking distance because Johnson gets into the corner, especially in turn 3, really well. Best chance for Reddick to get around Jimmy's in 1 and 2, and Jimmy didn't quite hook the bottom there that time. He left it open, but Reddick, again, just not within that striking distance to at least even get to the inside of Johnson. Johnson's closing in on Truex for 2nd, but again, Jimmy knows that Truex is stuck behind Harvick and Newman, so Johnson's got to make it work. Oh man, Reddick almost got to him. Jimmy really loose driving it down that deep. He's got to be careful. Even though that's his preferred lane on the exit of the corner, he just doesn't have the grip with that rear bumper damage. 40 to go. And he's all over the back of the 19. He's going to back off the corner a little bit more. Look at him really arc it high. Made sure Reddick wasn't underneath him. Gets the run off the bottom. Johnson for 2nd place to the inside of Truex. 2 lap cars in the way. Harvick with the protective line. He's trying to get underneath Newman. Johnson all the way to the apron. Man, I'm surprised he held that corner as well as he did. He clears Truex for 2nd. But he's still trying to get around Harvick. And now here comes Reddick. Reddick to the inside of Truex for 3rd. Johnson trying to clear Harvick, but he can't do it yet. Harvick's still there. Nice side draft by Kevin. Holding Johnson at bay. And Tyler Reddick up to 3rd, using Harvick as a pick. Johnson easily clears him off of 4. Reddick looks really fast at this point in the race. Johnson trying to get around Newman. Into 1 and 2. He looks to the inside. Jimmy drove it in really deep. He's going to clear Newman off of 4. No one in between the leader and 2nd place. It's just under 3 seconds is the difference, but Reddick in 3rd, close behind Johnson. Truex close behind him. Johnson, oh man, he just can't quite grip the bottom with that damage. It's looser, but for whatever reason, he just can't get the car to rotate quite like he wants to. Benedetto just caught his first lap car of the run. It was Bobby Carter, been at the back of the pack all day. Generated rookie driver. Benedetto got really caught behind Brendan Gaughan there. Carter gave Johnson enough room under him. Johnson gained a lot that last lap with Benedetto kind of caught behind Brendan Gaughan. Johnson is running him down. 2.5 is the difference between 1st and 2nd. Benedetto looking for career win number 1. Completely missed the playoffs. Johnson, great pass. One down to the apron, drove it in deep, got it to stick, cleared, gone easily. And Benedetto's got about 4 lap cars right in front of him. And that is not what he wants to see. Johnson drives it in deep through 3 and 4 again to get around Fincham. Still a couple lap cars in between the race leader and second place now. Oh, Johnson got really loose into the dog leg. Car just took off to the bottom. You saw it bottom out. Right on that yellow line. Down to the outside of Austin Dillon off the exit of turn 2. Got that corner exit speed. And the lead is trimmed down to less than a second. No lap cars in between the leaders again. But none for the near future in front of Benedetto. See if he can maybe try to drive away. He's got about a half-second lead. 32 to go. All too familiar, though, for Matt Benedetto to lead a lot of laps and to not get a win in the Cup Series, much like that Bristol night race in real life last year. Johnson ever so closely is closing in. He's got a big run into 3 for the lead. He clears him. But Benedetto not going to give up. He wants to fight. I think Johnson led the lap. Oh, Johnson got really loose into the dog leg and a great crossover by Benedetto. He's able to get him back. Johnson drove it in deep into 1 and 2, but he couldn't quite stick the bottom like he wanted to. He's got the run to the inside into 3. Again, here comes Johnson. Trying to grip up a lot better. He clears him. No crossover that time for Benedetto. Johnson to the lead. 30 to go. I should say Johnson holds on to the lead because, again, he barely led that last lap. Benedetto put on a fight for about 2 laps. Johnson a little tight off of turn 2. Benedetto's charging right back. He got around those lap cars as quick as he could. Johnson drove it in deep to get around Timmy Hill. About a half-second lead for Johnson, but it will likely be growing from here on out. 29 laps left now. And he's just over halfway with that right front tire wear still. It shouldn't be a factor. He should be able to make it to the end. It's just a matter of staying green to the end of the race from here on out. Will we stay green? Welcome to the stream, Billy Kramer. Thanks for that comment there, Amari. 28 to go. It's been a good race all day today. But it's Jimmy Johnson who tries to get the win and be the first driver to advance himself to the championship 4. He wouldn't have to worry about points at Martinsville or Talladega. He can race hard to try and get those last couple wins of his career. This will be career win number 102 for Jimmy Johnson. 19th of the season. But his first in 5 races and only a second in the playoffs. Fastest lap is a 26.199. It's also his fastest lap ever at the racetrack. Should say our fastest lap ever on the racetrack. Sure, Jimmy's ticked away faster times here before. It's far into the run, plus that rear bumper damage. We're about a half a second off that pace, but still a pretty quick time nonetheless. Well, caution's out again. With 25 laps to go, caution is out. And it looks like Benedetto will take the strategy and pit. We'll have 21 to go in the restart. And Johnson's got to pit. He's going to repair that damage. He sees Benedetto pitting. He'll pit from the lead too. We'll see if anybody else will follow. Newman gets the free pass in 8th. And this race is not over yet. Would have been fine if everybody stayed out of the pits, but because the Benedetto pit, Johnson was not going to be able to hold on those older tires with the damage, so those two are going to fight it out for the win here. Oh boy. Johnson wins the race, so he'll restart in 6th. DiBenedetto will restart in 7th. Tyler Reddick will lead the field to the green, the rookie, looking for his first career win. Green flag in the air. 3 rookies in the top 4 as we go green, 21 to go. 9th caution of the race there. Johnson 3 wide to the top. DiBenedetto, who got the restart on the bottom, he's kind of stuck there for now. Johnson trying to grip the top. Him and DiBenedetto have the freshest tires in the field. Johnson quickly going for the lead into turn 3. What a run he had off of turn 2. DiBenedetto gets loose on the top up there in 3 and 4. Johnson back to the lead. 20 laps to go and is now trying to run away with it. He does not have the fastest car in the short run for 20 to 30 laps. We had 21 to go when we went green. DiBenedetto will likely be faster to the end of the race, but how much of a gap can Johnson build before DiBenedetto can possibly get the second? But he is struggling in traffic right now. Johnson had a heck of a restart on the outside. And now it needs us to play green to the end. DiBenedetto is up to 3rd. He has gotten to the inside of Custer. He'll get around him here. 2 seconds off the lead. And he's looking on 2nd place for Reddick. 18 to go. DiBenedetto side by side into turn 1 now with Tyler Reddick for 2nd place. And he has gotten there. Boy, DiBenedetto is coming, and that interval is getting slightly smaller. Johnson's got room behind him. He can back up the corners and get the better run on exit in 1 and 2 if he needs to until DiBenedetto gets close. 17 to go. What kind of job do I have? I got a warehouse job. I work Monday through Wednesdays. 13.5-hour shifts, so that's why I'm able to stream during the day, Thursday through Sunday. It's a nice job. I mean, I'd rather do this if I had the choice. It's physical labor, and I'm pretty tired, especially come the end of the day, Wednesday, between streaming and having that long week, work week. Even though it's only 3 days, it does whip you into shape for sure. 2.5 off the lead now for DiBenedetto. $15 laps to go. 1.3 seconds is the difference. Just 4 laps ago, it was 2 seconds. Johnson trying to hang on to Benedetto. What looked like he was going to lose the race until that last caution came out. He now has a shot to run Johnson down again to get that first career win. $14 to go. I don't know about that. That's a weird question. I do love chicken though, but I don't know if I do a professional lawn mowing series there. 13 to go. Johnson got really tight off of turn 4. Benedetto gained a lot of ground that last lap because of it. Johnson just got back into the gas a little too soon off of 3 and 4, and Benedetto is coming. He has reeled Johnson in. He's less than a second off the lead. Johnson gonna fight him hard for the win. DiBenedetto, Johnson washes up the track again there. 12 to go. Not only DiBenedetto looking for that first career win, he didn't even make the playoffs. But Jimmy Johnson, with a win, would advance to the championship 4. So a lot on the line here. And lap traffic is coming up very quickly. Not sure if that's going to help or hurt. Man, look at Johnson really trying to get back to the gas as soon as he can there. 11 to go. He was 0.8 back at the start-finish line there. Johnson got a little loose into one. Oh, caution! Hard crash off of turn 2. John Hunter Nemechek. And that'll be caution number 10 today with 11 to go. Kyle Busch gets the free pass in 9th. And how about Newman has a shot to get some extra positions here? Well, here we go. This will bunch to Benedetto and Johnson back together again. They have the 2 freshest tires in the field. They'll likely take off from the field behind him. But don't count Reddick out. If he gets a run on that restart, he can get back into this. We're going to have 7 laps to go at Phoenix in a shootout between the 48 and the 21. 2 numbers that have now become synonymous in the NASCAR Cup Series. Green flag back in the air. Johnson nails the restart through the gears, but Benedetto quickly to the bottom. Here we go. Lap traffic will no longer be a factor. Johnson's got the clean air on the restart. Can he hold on? We didn't quite grip the bottom like he wanted to on entrance to the corner. And here comes the Benedetto. He's got to run on the exit. 6 to go. Johnson's got to hit his marks perfectly, but so does Matt DiBenedetto in the 21. Johnson gets tight into turn 1. He goes up the track. Trying to get the power down. He beats DiBenedetto back to the gas, and he holds on. A little bit of a scare there for Jimmy Johnson. Overrunning the corner slightly with the pressure put behind him from DiBenedetto. Matt beats him back to the gas now, up a 4. 5 to go. He looks low into turn 1. Johnson drove it in deep, but so did DiBenedetto. He's there, and a little bump. A bump and run by Matt DiBenedetto. He's on the inside of Johnson. He used that move to get to the lead back on the second to last restart. Johnson trying to hang in on the top. DiBenedetto on the bottom. Matt DiBenedetto leads at the line. 4 to go. Johnson didn't allow him to clear him though. Big side draft by Jimmy. We're shaping up for a wild one at Phoenix today. Look at the run Johnson gets off the top on turn 2, but DiBenedetto clears. Matt DiBenedetto to the lead. Johnson drives it in deep through 3 and 4. Oh, there's contact. 3 to go. He tried to clear him there, and he just couldn't do it, and he loses a little bit of ground. Johnson starts high, finishes the corner low. He got a great run off the exit of 2. He'll try it again into 3 to the inside. Clears him. DiBenedetto with the crossover. He's there. 2 to go. Johnson back to the lead. What a race. Oh, man. Johnson had a big loose moment there. He's going to beat him back to the gas, though. And he's going to try it again. To the inside, big side draft, and he can't clear him. Yo, he does. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Johnson in the lead. Can DiBenedetto get a last lap pass for the win? Johnson's going to give him the bottom here through 1 and 2. Johnson's been better, starting at the top, rolling to the bottom, and he beats him back to the gas. Johnson pulls him off of turn 2. A thriller at Phoenix today. One final corner, Jimmy Johnson is going to go to the championship 4 once again. Johnson is a winner at Phoenix. Oh man, what a thriller in the opening race of the round of 8. Johnson had to fight him off. What a win. Another career victory for Johnson and a shot at an 8th title in a couple of weeks. Wow. That was I was so nervous those last 5 laps. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. Like you guys probably couldn't see it, but my legs were like shaking like crazy. Oh my goodness. What a race nonetheless. That definitely came down to the wire as Johnson blows his engine in the victory celebration. And Phoenix saw a great show today on the channel for NASCAR Heat 5. Wow. Johnson gets the win in the thriller today. 11 cautions total, 9 drivers finished on the lead lap. Johnson with the win advances to the round of 8. First of 4 drivers to advance themselves in the championship, or to the championship for Matt DiBenedetto second, Tyler Reddick in third, Martin Truex Jr. fourth, Christopher Bell rounds out the top 5. So 2 rookies in the top 5, 3 rookies in the top 6 because Cole Custer finished 6th. Matt Kenseth 7th. Stayed right around there all day. Ryan Newman, the next closest playoff driver, finishes 8th. Kyle Busch, another playoff driver, 9th. And Kurt Busch rounds out the top 10. You see Clint Boyer, Denny Hamlin, 11th and 12th. Boyer had his fair share of accidents today, a couple of them. He had a couple huge wrecks today, too. This race had everything. Lowest of the playoff drivers for finishes today, Alex Bowman, 27th. That is going to put him behind the cut line, finishing this race off. And your only DNFs, we had 4 of them. John Hunter Nemechek, who brought out that last caution. Ross Chastain, Corey LaJoie, and Ty Dillon all failed to finish today's race. That was an unbelievable one indeed, King. And that is going to do it here for today's race. Don't worry about the points. I'm calculating them myself here. But that is going to do it here for this one. As usual, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, and video in general. I don't know how you couldn't enjoy this race. Great finish, great racing all throughout. Never once we could really see who had the fastest car throughout the course of the race. Yes, we had the fastest long run car, but at times we were able to keep up with them on the short runs. Other times we could not. And it worked out. We were able to fend him off in the short run at the end of the race. Unbelievable. Reddick had the fastest lap, 25.906. 138 laps led by Johnson, just under half the race, but it was the most laps led. Harvick was on the move, started at the rear, finished 13th, and Ty Dillon, who started 15th, unfortunately finished last, DNFing early in the race. Again, that is going to do it for this one. And subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Once again, we've got these full race live streams on the daily. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon at Martinsville for the second race of the round of 8. We'll see if we can get Johnson another win at another track he's really good at in his career. It should be a thriller, as this one was today. So more short track racing coming to you. And that's pretty much all I've got here for this one. I'll be back for another post-race analysis video as well tonight after the Cup Series race. And don't forget, online lobby live stream tonight. Thanks for the 500 subs that we got on Wednesday night. That is why we're going to do an online lobby live stream. That will be coming up, about an hour after the Cup race finishes later tonight. We are going to have that online lobby live stream, so if you have a PS4, please join. So long folks, I'll see you guys later tonight. Have a good one.